tip, set the mic and killed the beat so it's dead. Came with that heat every time I'm in the booth and every time I'm in the
What's going on, y'all? This your boy Tony Black, voice of the block. And right now, you tuned in to Ghetto Gossip. And today, we're going to be talking about Lil Durk. How Lil Durk was his own rap trap. You know, Lil Durk set his own self up. First of all, nobody ain't snitch on Lil Durk but Lil Durk. But everybody want to go around here saying, oh, this person ratted on Lil Durk and this person did Lil Durk dirty. No. If he wouldn't have put that in his songs, maybe he probably would have been safe. You know, but they gonna use about 9 songs against him. You know, and that was songs around the time that these incidents happened. So Lil Durk actually told on himself. Now that we got that out the way, right? So Lil Durk told us, you know, he been cold-hearted ever since D-Thing passed away. And D-Thing is his real blood brother. You know, D-Thing, you know, wasn't no brother from another mother. D-Thing wasn't no nigga how, you know, you call the nigga your brother. D-Thing wasn't that, you know. D-Thing was his nigga. That's why he got D-Thing chain. You know what I'm saying? That's why he told y'all he been slow and he been going insane ever since D-Thing, you know, lost his life.
Brother D-Thing just got killed and not been slow since. But we got back on their ass, I bet they know this.
And Lil Durk did try to flee the country. That's why he was, I believe, probably in Miami, trying to book flights after everything went down when them boys tried to go hit up Quando Rondo. But I thought them boys hop out on feet and run down on shit. That's what I thought, because that's what I thought I heard. I heard that. So with that being said, how did they didn't hit Quando Rondo? No disrespect, not saying that they should have hit Quando Rondo and not saying that they should have did this shit at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, why didn't they run down and hop out on feet like they said? Was they scared like a bitch? You know what I'm saying? I think they is scared. That's why they in there telling. That's why they telling everything that they know, but it's only like 1 or 2 people that's telling. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you got Brit Baby, he been out saying what happened, you know? So the feds gonna take that into consideration also. You get what I'm saying? So Vonnie locked up, you know, so the snitch, the person who's telling is free. And y'all know Lil Durk nigga, you know, that nigga Jam. Durk loved Jam. Y'all know how I know Durk loved Jam, because he was putting big money on Jam when Jam was locked up for about 12, 13 years. He put Jam in his music, you know. He was feeding Jam. He was looking out for Jam. So I believe that, you know, it could be Jam or the security, you know, allegedly. That's how I feel. It could be, you know, Jam, the security. You know, you got this India, you know, she out. She ain't locked up. Not saying that she got anything to do with it, but I'm just saying the person who's telling on your boy Durkio is free. He's not locked up, but you had a lot of people doing a whole lot of talking when they was free. Like you had people like Quando Rondo saying, like, you know, millions on his head. He even had it in his song. Yeah, Quando Rondo had that in his song. You know, so Quando Rondo already knew that, you know, a nigga wanted to take him out. And if King Von would have kept his hands to himself, none of this shit, I mean, none of this stuff. I mean, Durk could still be free right now. Because the reason Durk is locked up is because he put $1 million on that boy Quando Rondo head. You get what I'm saying? Now, what I'm trying to figure out, who the fuck is really telling on Durk, yo? Is it really like, is it the security? Can it be the security? You know, I don't think it's Vonnie. I'm gonna X him out right now. You know, could it be OTF Jam? You know, it got to be out of whoever the security is and OTF Jam. It was somebody who was real close to Lil Durk. That's what the fans was. That's what the feds was saying. You know, the feds was saying the person who's snitching on Lil Durk, who's going to give up information, who's going to tell everything that's real close to Lil Durk. You know, that's the reason I named so many people who I thought was close to Lil Durk. You know, Brit Baby fought with Lil Durk, but Brit Baby locked up. So Brit Baby ain't going to be able to take the stand when it comes time for, you know, Durk to get out. Now, the reason why I say it's OTF Jam, and I think OTF Jam had something to do with it, is because OTF Jam.
My clap if I think they really own me though. When trial coming, ain't your phone to be your homie though. He only stand with his head down like he don't know me though. It ain't no point in getting no lawyer if your homie.
OTF Jam told on his cousin. And if you're telling your cousin, bro, I believe you'll tell on anybody, bro. I believe you'll tell on your mama, you feel me? I believe you'll tell on your daddy, you understand? So, I mean, what the hell? You know, this nigga still free. You know, they saying that it's a shooter. The nigga that's out, bro, and the nigga that's snitching on Lil Durk trying to get Lil Durk life is actually the shooter. And let me ask y'all something. Why the fuck do shooters is the ones that's always snitching and telling? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how Woody and you know, why is all of the snitches the ones that's telling? What the fuck they scared of, man? Lil Durk, why you trying to flee the country? I mean, why did you put this shit in your music in the first place? I mean, why you ain't just go hands and feet with Quando Rondo? I mean, why did you put that your boys hop out on feet and run down and them boys ain't hop out on feet and run down? I mean, why did you promise these guys $1 million and they ain't get the job done? Why was you getting these niggas Hellcats, you know, paying their rent, you know, showing these niggas so much love, promising these niggas features, you know, and they ain't get the job done. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Now Quando Rondo locked up, and it's probably a good thing that Quando Rondo locked up, because a lot of people want Quando Rondo gone because of what happened to King Von. But y'all can't blame Quando Rondo. Y'all can't blame Lil Tim. You know, you gotta blame the person who started with this person. You know what I'm saying? And I don't ever come on this bitch trying to hate. I don't ever come on here to pick sides. I just come on here and tell y'all how I feel, how I see it, you know, what I hear, you know. And I heard that Lil Durk ain't never getting out. And I don't think Lil Durk gonna get out after putting a bounty on a nigga head, bro. Straight up. I mean, Durk, you can't do nothing that dirty, bro, and expect to be free. Because if Lil Durk get free, you're gonna have multiple people out here trying to do this same shit that Lil Durk did, thinking they gonna get by with it, and they gonna come out here doing massacres, thinking that it's straight. Just like Lil Durk was telling them. Lil Durk was telling them, bro, y'all gonna be straight. I got y'all. And they wasn't even straight. That's why they flipping on him like fish out of water. Because they wasn't straight like Lil Durk promised them and he told them, you know, on the phone. And Lil Durk was also talking like through code, you know. He was talking coded. It wasn't like text messages spelled out. It was green light mean go and stop sign means stop. And maybe a thumbs down means no. You know what I'm saying? So Lil Durk was like real deal trying to talk in code, but the feds they caught on to it. You know how they caught on to it? Because they got so much evidence, and it's somebody, my bad, y'all. It's somebody who envy Lil Durk, you know, who want Lil Durk spot, who really wanted that feature. Like I said, OTF Jam. I think that's the one. Now I can be wrong or I can be right. But allegedly, you know what I'm saying? How I feel in this situation, man, OTF Jam. Somebody gonna have to take the stand. And if whoever don't show up to court, they're gonna have a warrant out for their arrest. And like I told y'all, I don't know if I told y'all this or not. Whoever snitched on Lil Durk, telling on Lil Durk, you know, putting more of his business out, isn't a rapper. So it can't be Duty Low. It can't be him. It can't be none of them. There's nobody that's locked up with Lil Durk, you know. It's not Brit Baby. Brit Baby locked up. He can't take the stand, you know. So who is it? You know, the first person that told on himself was Lil Durk. The second person who I believe that told on him is Jam. But a lot of people thinking that it's Vonnie, but it's not Vonnie, bro. I don't think it's Vonnie, bro. Even though Vonnie was like kind of close to Durk, but who I feel like was real close to Durk, you know what I'm talking about, was Jam. Y'all seen how Jam was eating a sandwich, you know, when he was in an interrogation room, you know. Lil Jam, not Lil Jam, but Jam ain't supposed to have no weapon, you know, cause Jam been stepping, you know. But I want to know y'all opinion. I want to know y'all thoughts. I want to know what y'all think, bro. Who y'all think snitching on Lil Durk? We know this nigga ain't getting that. We know it ain't India that's snitching on Durk. You know, I know. I'm telling y'all that ain't Vonnie that's snitching on Durk. So is it the security? You know, somebody in the security that's a security for him gonna show up to court and testify with their head down, like they don't even know Lil Durk, cause it's his homie. So that's why I say it's gotta be Jam. Y'all heard Federal Nightmares, man. You know, Lil Durk was putting out so much information. And a thing to you rappers, bro, that's up and coming, you niggas don't need to go and spit what y'all doing in the streets, bro. Don't go and talk your business what you actually doing in the streets, bro. You know, they say that Plies live somebody else's life, bro. That's what y'all gonna have to do if y'all don't want to get to Rico, if y'all don't want to get locked up, if y'all don't want to be snitching, you know. If you want a career out of this, because Dirt threw his whole career away. Dirt wasted his life. A lot of people want Dirt spot. That's why it's a lot of niggas that's rapping, you know. But a lot of people don't want to actually have Dirt spot where he's in right now. But they want his spot as like that guy to look up to, you know, who actually out here rapping some real shit. But like I tell you, man, rap about how you gonna treat your girl. Rap about how you grind every day. Rap about how you don't sell drugs, you know. Rap about how you don't like stepping, you know. Rap about like the things that you like to do as a person, you know. Man, it's your boy Tony Black, bro. I'm out this bitch. Y'all leave a comment, y'all sub to the channel, and hype this video up, man. I'm out. Peace.